Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Jacqueline Matter. Thanks for joining us. Topping our news at this hour, as a security precaution, the Manatee County School District made a decision on Thursday night prohibiting middle and high school students from bringing backpacks on school grounds.
The school board holding a closed meeting this afternoon, which included law enforcement from all over the county. ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo joins us live with what was decided today to keep our schools safe. Dwayne?
Well, Scott and Jacqueline, the district pointed out that there are no active threats. They don't want parents and students to get alarmed. But they did say that there was a reason why they implemented this no backpack rule. A closed district meeting this afternoon, including school board members and various law enforcement around the county. This comes in just a week and a half after the Parkland shooting, killing 17 people. Manatee School Board member Scott Hope says in addition to no backpacks for the day, the district is looking to take immediate action.
We will be adding, I think, 34 school resource officers who are current full-time employees of either the Sheriff's Department, the Holmes Beach Police Department, the Palmetto Police Department, and the City of Bradenton Police Department.
The district made the decision due to the high number of threats and school lockdowns throughout the week. For one parent, the rule of no backpacks was a bad decision.
It's not going to work. It's stupid. It is not a solution. It's a Band-Aid.
Superintendent Dr. Diana Green says because of the emotional strain felt by students and parents, we hope by asking students not to bring backpacks would help calm anxieties in our schools. The district also says this no backpacks rule on Friday was just to give staff and law enforcement a break from having to bring education to a halt for hours while everyone was being searched. For the day, a light load for students.
I brought one notebook just to get me by through the day.
But overall, many Manatee High School students say without school lockers and without books, the day was unproductive anyway.
There was a lot of class periods where we did nothing because we didn't have any of our work with us, you know.
It was a bit of a hindrance to me. A few assignments I wasn't able to bring in. Other students weren't able to bring their works in either.
And an announcement was made at Manatee High School regarding bags next week.
They said that we will be able to bring our book bags on Monday.
And now it's official. We received confirmation from the district that backpacks will be allowed on campuses starting Monday next week. Reporting live in Bradenton, Dwayne Lindo, your Suncoast News.
Okay, thank you so much, Dwayne. Governor Rick Scott wants law enforcement officers in every public school by next school year as part of a massive action plan announced today. Scott's plan would send $450 million to schools and require school districts spend all capital outlay dollars first and foremost on school hardening measures such as metal detectors. It would also put a mental health counselor in every school. The funding would also establish an anonymous hotline for all students to report potential threats via phone, website, and mobile app. The Sarasota County School District put out a statement today supporting these measures, including that hotline.
Right now, everything is coming into the district, and we're running around like crazy trying to make sure that none of these are credible threats.
There's no price to pay. How do you quantify the price of a child's life? There is zero.
The plan also includes big changes to mental health treatment and gun laws in the state. Local law enforcement agencies say they are not commenting on that proposal until more information becomes available.
A large group protesting outside Congressman Vern Buchanan's office this afternoon in downtown Sarasota. The Gun Reform Group pushing for lawmakers to do something about gun violence. ABC 7's Rick Adams joins us now live from Orange Avenue with more. Rick?
Yes, Scott, good evening. This protest wrapped up here about a half hour ago. Dozens of protesters stood in front of Congressman Vern Buchanan's office. They are urging lawmakers to do something about gun control. It was organized by the Gun Reform Now group.
Vern Buchanan represents us. We want him to know that his constituents want change. And, you know, he works for us. These lawmakers, they need to really understand they work for us. And we're tired of this, and we want him to do something about this. And plus the fact that he has an A+ rating with an NRA.
And Vern Buchanan's office tells us that swift action must be taken to protect our students. We'll have a lot more on this coming up tonight at 7 and 11 o'clock. Reporting live from downtown Sarasota this evening, I'm Rick Adams. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Rick. More than a week after that deadly shooting that took the lives of 17 people, teachers are back on campus at Stoneman Douglas High School. We're now learning new details about what happened in the months leading up to last week's shooting. A 911 call from someone who appears to be the alleged shooter, Nicholas Cruz, about 3 months before the shooting happened. In it, someone calls to describe an altercation at the house he's staying in.
The thing is, I lost my mother a couple of weeks ago, so I'm dealing with a bunch of things right now.
The Broward County Sheriff's Office says they were called to the alleged shooter's former Parkland home 23 times. 2 of those calls were directly related to concerns that this person could potentially shoot up a school. The students and their families will be back on campus for an orientation this Sunday to start what the superintendent says is a week of transition for those students, getting them back together to some level of normalcy.
A Florida lawmaker wants to create a $10 million program that would reimburse trauma centers for care provided to victims of mass shootings. Senate Minority Leader Oscar Brannan wants to create a fund with money coming from a portion of fees collected from new or renewed concealed weapons licenses. The program would reimburse trauma centers that treat victims of mass shootings like the attack at Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland. Senate President Joe Negron says he will support the effort.
And thanks to a Sarasota company, tonight 12 ribbons in 3 posts will be put up around the area near Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida. Workers with Tube Dude here in Sarasota have been working on those ribbons all week. Having worked with the city of Parkland before, city officials reached out to them earlier this week asking for their help decorating the community in honor of the lives lost. The ribbons will feature the school's colors.
To be honest with you, when I got the job, I just wrote it down as a job. And, when you're doing it, why you kind of wonder why you're doing it.
Workers with Tube Dude will also be helping the city put up those ribbons. Look forward to seeing what display that looks like when it is finally complete to honor those victims.
Yeah, they do great work. I'm sure that community over there will appreciate it for sure. Let's get a check now on our weekend weather. It is here finally. Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan joins us now.
Well, we talked about it earlier. We said it might have been a record. What is a tie record? Tying a record today again 4 days, and now 86 degrees right there, the high, and it tied 86 back in 1962. 65 was the morning low. That too running well above average of 54 degrees. So the heat goes on. Temperatures maybe a couple degrees cooler tomorrow. 77 degrees our current temp. West to northwest winds at 6. The sunshine is out there. 30-24 on the barometer. That continues to stay high, and calm conditions out on the waters. It looks to be pretty good overnight. We'll look for fair skies, maybe a little bit of patchy fog well inland. There have been a few brief sprinkles around, but not a lot of rainfall, any measurable precipitation to speak of. There's the sea breeze marching in now into central Manatee County and also into Sarasota County. So all the places to the west are getting a west to northwest wind. Places to the east of that still getting that easterly component, and maybe a brief shower not out of the question. But that would be about a very isolated situation. Most areas will stay dry through this evening. More on your weather forecast coming up in a few minutes. Back to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Bob. The city of Northport has released its annual 2017 crime report. The numbers show a decrease in overall crime from the year before, but an increase in assault cases and traffic crashes. Authorities attribute that increase to a growing population. In total, there were 895 crimes committed in Northport last year. The report also shows a large number of cases that were solved by using social media.
If you live here in Northport, if you're from around this area, and we put your photo out there, almost every single time we're able to identify the folks.
The department also has a new tip app allowing users to submit tips anonymously.
Due to a sanitary sewage leak, a new swim advisory has been issued for Palmasola Beach South Access in Manatee County. The amount of wastewater spilled is currently unknown, and city engineers plan on testing that water once the repairs have been completed. Palmasola South is located on the south side of the causeway. And a no swim advisory means water contact may pose an increased risk of infectious diseases.
And Sarasota Memorial Hospital is removing a transformer vault and building a parking garage on the west side of their campus. SMH tweeted out this video showing part of that demolition project. The garage will be 4 levels with almost 600 spaces when it opens. Construction is scheduled to be finished by December. Still to come on your Suncoast News, President Trump's address at the annual Conservative Political Action Conference.
Plus, the latest guilty plea in the Russia probe and what it could mean for Special Counsel Robert Mueller's investigation.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7.
Now, I think what you're asking about is the assault weapons ban.
Yes, sir.
So let me be honest with you about that one. If I believed that that law would have prevented this from happening, I would support it.
Students, parents, Florida residents speaking to lawmakers demanding change. Their voices heard. What will be done? I'm Alan Cohn. What, if anything, can be done? We discuss at the Trapezoid.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
So Matt told me to meet him at 7 a.m. sharp right here. It is now 7:01 a.m. You think Matt will leave without me? Hey, is Matt here?
Long con.
Long gone.
Just missed him.
Just missed him.
All done.
Mr. Sparky guarantees they're on time and the repair is free, so chop chop.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Matt, you started without me.
I finished without you too.
If you've never truly loved your car, you've clearly never owned a Subaru. Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's 2017 most trusted brand, best overall brand, and lowest 5-year cost to own. And Subaru Outback is an IIHS top safety pick for 10 years running. Now, lease the most fuel-efficient vehicle in its class, a new Subaru Outback for just $239 a month, or get 0% financing with 0 down during the Subaru True Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
The skills you develop as a soldier in the Army National Guard can give you a head start on your career. Gain practical experience with technology and equipment that will give you a leg up in the civilian world. Learn critical leadership skills and to be part of a team. Serve your community and your country part-time while earning money for an education. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn about the paid training and career opportunities available to you in the Army National Guard.
Watch ABC 7 wherever you are. Just search ABC 7 on your streaming device to keep up with the Suncoast from the comfort of your couch. Download ABC 7 now to watch us on TV anytime you want. ABC 7, we're here for you wherever you are.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
Today, President Trump's former campaign aide Rick Gates pled guilty to conspiracy and false statement charges, signaling that he's ready to cooperate with Special Counsel Robert Mueller. His guilty plea comes one day after he and his partner, former Trump campaign manager Paul Manafort, were indicted on 32 counts, including tax evasion and bank fraud. These charges are in addition to those filed against both of them in October. They pled not guilty to those earlier charges. The new charges against Gates could mean up to a decade in prison. Cooperating with Mueller could spare him jail time. The exact terms of that deal are unclear.
Conservative activists at CPAC heard today from President Trump. It was part policy speech and part campaign rally. ABC's Karen Travers has the story.
President Trump's speech to conservative activists may have had people checking their calendars to see what year it was. He knew what the revved up crowd wanted to hear, and he delivered. It was like a greatest hits mixtape of the 2016 campaign.
We have a very, very crooked media.
Don't worry, you're getting the wall. Don't worry, okay? I heard some.
President Trump feeding off of the enthusiastic crowd at CPAC, an annual gathering of conservatives, even joking about his hair.
I try like hell to hide that bald spot, folks. I work harder. Doesn't look bad. Hey, we're hanging in.
The president eager to ignore the teleprompter and give the speech he knew the crowd wanted to hear.
By the way, you don't mind if I go off script a little bit, because, you know, it's sort of boring.
He talked policy, read neat lines, including a repeat of his call to harden America's schools and arm teachers. He suggested the deputy sheriff that didn't go in the Parkland, Florida school building during last week's shooting massacre did a poor job.
And a teacher would have shot the hell out of him before he knew what happened.
The big policy announcement that the White House had been teeing up, new sanctions on North Korea. The president didn't even get to that until the final minute of his nearly hour-and-a-half speech.
I do want to say, because people have asked, North Korea, we imposed today the heaviest sanctions ever imposed on a country before.
The North Korea sanctions were almost an afterthought for President Trump. He didn't get into any more detail than that, but did say he hopes something positive can come from them. Karen Travers, ABC News, the White House.
Well, stay with us. Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will have a look at your weekend weather when we return.
My name is Stephen Campagna. We're Ben Gates and Dramus, and here is your law tip of the week. If you've been injured or arrested, I know this feels like the end of the road, but really it's the beginning of a long, potentially stressful process. So give us a call, let us give you some peace of mind.
Thousands of award-winning Honda Civics are on sale for $169 a month during the Honda President's Day sales event. You made Civic the best-selling compact car in America. Drive one today for just $169 a month, or save thousands on your Civic with 0.9% financing. Civic, a KBB.com Best Buy for less than the competition. Only $169 a month or 0.9% this week at your local Honda dealer.
Honda, I like it. Oh yeah, I like it.
Rugs as Art. You know the name, you know the building, but do you know what's inside? Yes, Rugs as Art is Florida's #1 area rug superstore. But there is so much more. Amazing furniture, accessories, and art. All this and more. Come see for yourself. You'll love our personal touch and be pleasantly surprised by our affordable prices. Rugs as Art and more. There is so much more to explore.
My Hometown Fest is coming to Nathan Benderson Park Saturday, March 3rd. Join us for culinary favorites from across the U.S. paired with your favorite craft beers. There's also great live music and activities for adults and kids. Buy your tickets today at myhometownfest.org.
Join ABC7 at the all-new 2018 edition of Circus Sarasota. Ovation under the big top at Nathan Benderson Park behind the mall at UTC. Friday, February 9th through Sunday, March 4th. All opening weekend tickets are 20% off courtesy of ABC7. To purchase your discount tickets, visit circusarts.org. The Circus Sarasota box office at the big top, or call 941-355-9805.
Get all the local information you need before you leave home in the morning. Watch Good Morning Suncoast weekdays on ABC7 to get breaking news, plus first alert, weather and traffic focused on where you live. ABC7, we're here for you.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. So wet.
So I think every day this week, did we set or tie?
Pretty much, yeah. We set or tie 5 in a row now, I believe that is. And I don't think we'll do anything over the weekend, but we will see temperature still about 10 degrees above average, 7 to 10 degrees. It could get very close to setting some more records, but February definitely going down as one of the warmest months on record here along the Suncoast. Here is a look. Yes, play ball. You can feel it and sense it. It's in the air. Not summer, but spring. Janet Strauss getting this one. Strauss getting this one. Play ball. The Oriole. Nice parachute right there, landing right into the outfield today. Perfect weather for that, and looks like it's going to stay that way, too, over the upcoming days. That would be perfect for spring training if it stays like this. No storms to rain games out. Weather's kind of warm, and it's been really quite good considering how bad January was, cold and rainy. Casey Key webcam showing again, nice weather out there for the beaches, and that's going to stay that way too. Beaches will be packed this weekend full of people because it's going to be perfect weather with water temperatures in the low to mid 70s and actual temperatures right around the beach, right around 80 degrees. It just is delightful. It's fantastic. A lot of rainfall, though, not good news. In the lower Mississippi Valley, also into Arkansas, southern Missouri right now, getting some heavy rainfall. Unfortunately, it's all headed toward Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois, where extreme flooding is taking place now over northern Indiana and also into portions of the central U.S. You can see this very bright green. That's a flood warning, an aerial flood warning in effect that covers much of central Arkansas tonight, spreading off to western Kentucky and western portions of Tennessee, which does include Memphis, and that will stay in effect until later on this evening. That could change as it moves off to the northeast. And then winter weather continuing now into Nebraska and parts of Kansas, all the way up into looks like places to the north in North Dakota and into Iowa. Well, for us, no rain around. It's going to stay dry too. Just a little shower here and there. I know I saw a few showers hit the windshield as I was driving along I-75, but not much. A warm weekend ahead. A few showers I mentioned in the afternoon and evening, and then slightly cooler weather moves in next Friday. So until then, it will stay warm, and that's why I say I think February will go down as the warmest warmest month on record here as far as February goes. Water vapor imagery showing a large swath of dry air, so any showers that do pop up, and you may bump into a few driving around town, they won't be long, and they won't be very strong. They'll be moving on through pretty quickly. Current conditions, 77 degrees, dew point is at 67. That number's way up there. The pressure at 30-24, west-northwest winds at 6, and the high today, 86, right at the record, 86 degrees. So it tied it, set back in 1962. The average high at 74. 59 in Tallahassee right now. As far as the dew point temperatures go, we're going to see those a little bit lower next week, but right now they're in the mid to upper 60s, which is not quite summer, but it's more like April or May as opposed to mid-February. And the showers, as I mentioned, will be brief if we see anything at all. We'll start off with some sunshine, I think, on Saturday. Same story on Sunday. And that wind becomes a little bit more south to southeasterly. And when that happens, the sea breeze has a little bit better chance to penetrate inland a little sooner. Like lately, the wind has been strong out of the east, not allowing that sea breeze to really get generated. And that's the reason why we were in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees just a couple degrees ago. Some heavy rain now moving through Oklahoma, as I mentioned, and some freezing rain up in the northeast, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. For boaters tomorrow, southeast winds turn to the southwest. Not much of a wind out there at all for your sails, and seas running 1 to 2 feet. The extended forecast calling for temperatures to stay above average into the low 80s all the way through Thursday. And by the way, weather's looking still pretty good for the big launching of the new satellite GOES-S, which will eventually become GOES-17. It's the same as GOES-16, which was launched about a year and a half ago. And you'll see those temperatures cooling down just a little bit on Friday. So a good weekend ahead. We'll be right back after this.
Tonight, guns, our schools. President Trump vowing to get tough.
We have to harden our schools, not soften them.
But is arming educators the answer? The national debate rages. World News Tonight with David Muir, America's most watched newscast.
Motor Trend said the new Alfa Romeo Giulia is hands down the best sports sedan you can buy today. And named it the 2018 Motor Trend Car of the Year. Rediscover your passion for driving at Sunset Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Sarasota Opera's 2018 Winter Opera Festival is here, featuring Puccini's Manon Lescaut, Bizet's Carmen, Bellini's Norma, and D'Albert's rarely heard Tiefland. For more information, go to sarasotaopera.org.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Head over to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota, where you'll always get better prices and a bigger selection. Like the area's largest selection of 7-passenger vehicles. Get KBB's 2017 Best Buy Award overall winner, the Chrysler Pacifica, for just $25,999. Or load up the family in your new Dodge Grand Caravan for just $20,999. Drive away in a new Dodge Journey for as little as $17,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
My first job was in sports, and I was so thrilled just to be working in this business. I simply love covering this area. It has been my home for more than 40 years, and now it's wonderful that I can raise my family here as well. I'm Scott Dennis, and I'm here for you.
When evaluating the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, Car and Driver magazine said every crossover should be this good to drive. We agree. Rediscover your passion for driving at Alfa Romeo of Sarasota.
Your options for lodging in Sarasota's Pinecraft area recently grew.
After a little over a year of construction, the Carlisle Inn on Bay Vista Street throwing an open house today. Hundreds coming out to get a look at the new hotel, which is located right behind the Der Dutchman restaurant. The goal, to bring a wider range of people to the area.
You know, we always want to be a positive contribution to the community, and I think what it will do is there's a lot of people who want to stay close to this area and haven't been able to, so hopefully they'll be able to get accommodations.
The inn also has a conference center which will allow for large group meetings. The hotel will officially open on Monday. The best part of that hotel, you can walk out the front door and 100 yards away is the Der Dutchman.
That's always good.
You can eat pretty well, yeah.
Nice piece of pie or
Yes.
maybe some chicken, I tell you. Good weather for us tonight. That's the nice part about living here. We have some pretty nice weather this time of year, and it sure is this evening.
Okay, thank you, Bob. World News Tonight with David Muir is next.
We'll see you again at 11. Have a good night and a wonderful weekend.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
If you're looking for the perfect trip that allows you to spend quality time with the family, then discover the great outdoors on an Alabama Black Belt adventure. Create unforgettable memories while hunting, canoeing, camping, and more. Or challenge yourself on Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, now celebrating 25 years. And while you're here, enjoy a Deep South dining experience. Book your adventure in one of our members' lodges or stay at the Renaissance Montgomery Hotel and Spa. Start planning an Alabama Black Belt adventure today.
I just had a very educational ride with Nina.
Did you learn anything?
Where do I begin? So all this stuff goes into a safety check.
Yep.
It's a long list.
It's important stuff.
Test the smoke detector.
Yep.
Check the breaker box.
Yep.
Meter the GFCIs.
Ground fault circuit interrupters.
Why do that?
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Nina, you make it look easy.
Thanks, but don't do it yourself.
Who's your guy?
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Loaded with big laughs, colorful characters, and the songs that made the 20s roar, Bullets Over Broadway is bringing musical theater back with a bang. Your attendance is requested at the Players Center for this wild Broadway musical opening February 21st. Call the Players at 365-2494 or visit the website at theplayers.org. This is one Broadway show that is sure to knock 'em dead.
On the next Black Almanac.
The challenge now is trying to help our families feel that their children are safe at our schools. We're dealing with threats, whether it's social media or writing something on a sheet of paper or saying something in jest in the hallway. We can no longer just say, "Oh, that's just kids."
Sunday morning at 7:30 on ABC 7.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.